Welcome back to Literally First Class. On today's episode, I'm going to take you into a deep dive of talking about upper limits in a different way and the power of belief and how that literally shapes your future. So maybe some of you are like, Keri, you're late to the game on this, but I have been reading Profit First. We have changed everything in our company to follow the Profit First business model. And you might be like, oh my God, of course, like I do this. It's amazing. I had a conversation with my friend Kristen Boss. And after having numerous conversations with other people that already follow this, I was like, okay, I got it, God. I'm going to follow this. This book is blowing my mind. It's called Profit First by Mike, I'm going to maybe butcher his last name, Mikalowicz. That sounds right. And what I'm going to read to you is an excerpt about the power of belief and how this can literally shape your reality. It's from chapter 5, page 75, and it's called Allocation Percentages, which is kind of not really related to this excerpt, so just bear with me, but he's setting the stage for how to put this practice into motion. Because if you, like me, are in a really stretchy place in your business where you are both investing in what's to come and shaping the future of the company and, hiring team members and making investments, you also have current overhead and a salary that you want to continue to pay yourself. And he talks about this throughout the entire book, which is that, you want your business to serve you and not you serve your business, like not the other way around, because otherwise it becomes this debt collecting prison that you're essentially working for. And so I was like, yeah, this book makes so much sense to me. I feel deeply grateful that it exists. So thank you, Mike. Okay. Chapter 5, Allocation Percentages. Years ago, a colleague shared a powerful story with me about hitting financial targets. An up-and-coming motivational speaker went to a speaking boot camp. During one of the sessions, the instructor explained how to make back-of-the-room sales. He said, when you follow this method, 80% of the audience will buy your product at the end of an event. I don't know if any of you have sold on stage or live at an event, but you want to. It's called closing the room. With pages of notes and tons of enthusiasm, our up-and-comers set forth on the speaking circuit. Initially, she closed only 25% of her audiences, reaching for that 80%. She tweaked and improved her strategy and pitch, constantly reviewing her notes. Over time, her close rate rose to 50%, then 60%. After another year, she was consistently selling 75% of the room after her speech. She had achieved outstanding results, but not to the level the instructor had promised. One morning, she sat down to breakfast with a few colleagues, and her old instructor happened to be there. She couldn't wait to speak with him and get direction about what could help her get to that last elusive 5%. What was the secret to finally breaking 80%? When she told her story to the instructor, his jaw dropped. 80%? He said. You thought I said 80%? I said 18. And then he continues to write, I tell you this story to illustrate something I believe to be true because I've experienced it. And this is the part I underlined. No matter what the number is, if you work toward it and you believe that it's a possibility, you will not only achieve it, you will blow past the reasonable numbers that others have set. Wow. So Profit First, Mike Mikalowicz, fantastic book. The way that he illustrates and tells stories throughout from the power of belief, but also people that have put the Profit First formula in motion is just incredible and so poignant. But it really illustrates for me something that's so important, which is that your upper limit doesn't actually exist. It feels real in your body. It feels like a threat. It feels like something that you need to protect. And maybe unconsciously, maybe you don't even know that you're doing this, but your upper limit isn't real. It doesn't exist. Just like the power of belief doesn't yet exist, whatever that new reality is, but you can absolutely create that if you just believe it. I think that story is so amazing because can you imagine that this whole time she came out of the gates? Here's what's crazy. She came out of the gates exceeding the 18% goal and baseline that he had set originally with the first time that she came out selling to the room and closed 25% of the room. And so it was only 25%. But again, based on what? So when I talk to people and they say, well, it's only this or it's only that, or I should have done this. And I ask them the question, based on what? Usually we only have our lived experiences to base something on, but that does not have to determine your future. And this is where trauma comes in, because trauma will tell you what it thinks is possible based on your lived experience. It will also continue to loop you back in to continue to play out that psychosomatic feedback, right? Which is more of what you know, even if it's not what you want. It's more of what you know, even if it's not what you want. And that's why it's so important to heal old trauma or old business trauma, because it can keep you stuck in a loop that continues to play out over and over again. And there's a quote, and I forget who it's by, but it goes a little something like this. And it's that if you don't heal your old trauma, you'll bring it into your present moment and you'll call it destiny. Your old trauma will literally dictate your future if you don't heal it, because it's where we bring the past into the present and we name it destiny. So this is a short but powerful episode. Go get this book, Profit First. This book, I already know and can feel is going to change everything that we are creating from this point on in the company. If you have experienced any type of credit card creep, any level of debt, any level of feeling like you're floating in your business, bad investments, business partnerships gone wrong, team members draining your bank account in both time and money, mistakes can be expensive and lessons as well. But if you are prioritizing profit first, you can absolutely start to create a healthy company, whether it be your third company that you're starting or where you're getting a hold on your finances now. He really talks about too, the health of a company and a business. So if you're at 5 million and you're spending, 4.5 million on expenses, you do not have a very healthy or profitable company. And you're probably stressed as fuck about making your overhead and even paying yourself, which is not the purpose of why you even went into serving. Sure, like you're purpose driven and you have a mission and a movement that you want to, bring out into the world, but let's not do it at the cost of your nervous system, of your sanity and your mental health, because you better believe you'll lose sleep at night over that. So if you find yourself in any of those places, honestly, I haven't even seen the full fruition of what's possible with Profit First, but all I can tell you is I have friends starting up companies with their own seed money, with their own capital. I have multi-millionaire friends and colleagues and clients that are in healthy profit ranges. They know their budget, they know what they're working with, they stick to it, and there's just nothing but peace when they log into their bank account because they know where the money goes, how it gets there. The way it's divided up, it's really brilliant. It's going to feel like a lot of work at first. There's 5 bank accounts in the business, and then there's 2 reserve emergency funds, if you will, that are supposed to be untouchable and inconvenient. And everything has a percentage based on where your business is at when you do the assessment in the book, and then where you want to take the business. So honestly, this is the formula that I have been looking for, because if you're just looking at your bank balance and you're making decisions on investments from there, you don't have enough information. And I felt like it was weird because I'm like, I didn't feel like I had enough information. I'm like, some of the math wasn't mathing. And I'm like, we get to make better, more empowered investments, this year especially. And I've been in business now for, I've been incorporated since 2012. And there's been many different evolutions of this company. But this is the first time I feel like we have this information about the financials in a way that's going to forecast so much more abundance and more peace with our team, our growth trajectory, and where we're bringing everything. So anyway, I am not an affiliate. I am not paid. This is not an ad for Profit First. I have drank the Kool-Aid and I'm obsessed with this book. I'm almost through it. And I told my accountant, I told everybody, I'm like, here's what we're doing. It's done, and the ball has been set into motion. So anyway, I hope that story finds you for whoever needs to hear it. And if you want to put some of this in motion, not necessarily a profit first formula, but any of the nervous system stuff, healing your old business trauma where you know that you're bringing the past into your present and therefore your future, then grab one of those links below. We have the Somatic Success strategy call. It's 15 minutes, and I can give you one strategy that you can use in your nervous system that's going to help you manage and regulate your nervous system so that you can show up as your best self today and every day. All right, I'll see you on the next episode.